So take it away, Barbie.
Okay, so this house is the house that I became a part of this group from. Liz Mandel, who's one of the beginning people, was on the holiday tour. She wasn't on it, she was a volunteer for Historic Boulder, and this house was on the holiday tour. And she called me after meeting me there and asking me to come to a meeting. I couldn't remember who Liz was that day. I get to the group and Liz had gotten a ticket on the way, never showed up. I walk into this group and it was at Dan's old office over here on Canyon, and I walk in and go, I'm told to be here. Is Liz here? Who's this? And 5 years later, I'm still here.
It was the same day Shanti came to the group.
Her first day.
It was also invited by Liz, yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember because Liz got the ticket.
Yeah, Liz did, yeah. And it was like she turned around and went home, I think, pretty upset going through the school zone and getting the ticket. So, but this house is where I met Liz. This house is a historic landmarked house. This house has been like the money pit that you hear about. Mm-hmm. This house is owned by actually Christopher and Jennifer Centeno, and this home has truly been a money pit. They wanted to put $300,000 into the remodel. We took off the drywall, or took off the wallpaper, the drywall, or the plaster fell off. Oh. There was no insulation. The 2x4s were singed in the house. It had no running water and no electricity when it was built at this point. And bit by bit, homeowners have used extension cords and created electricity. So this house was ready to go poof.
So this is the perfect referral for you.
Yeah, oh, this is the perfect referral. This homeowner I've done many projects for, and they called me and asked me to come and look at this house when it was on the market for sale. And I said, what can you do with it? And they said, can you, if we give you $300,000, can you create a master bath, because there was no master bath, and redo the kitchen. The kitchen had sewage coming into it from the upstairs bathroom. I said, I can do those two things for $300,000, but I can't fix all the other problems. They spent $1.3 million to refurbish this home, and it was not complete when they moved in. And so we're working on the next phase. But I'm going to run you through real quick this house. Real quick, what is an interior designer? A lot of people think of an interior designer as someone that just fluffs and plays. That's actually what an interior decorator is. An interior designer has a little bit of legal responsibility and certifications and licenses and various things that we have to make it so we do not make mistakes in a client's home. And here's just talking about, they're involved in the fluff, and interior designers involved in the function, the form, and the reality at the end. This house, it started as this big, ugly red thing that stunk very bad, that on the front there you can see had this thing that protruded out. The homeowner filled that in. They filled in on the left side of the front porch a little greenhouse. Changed the front door. Well, it's not the change the front door, we just painted. That's what paint can do to a front door. Refinished the deck and the ceiling, and repainted the front porch, made it into a place that they entertain on very regularly in the summer. Here is a dining room that we added 5 feet to. The before, where the doorway is, moved out 5 feet, and Meyer Skidmore came in and laced in a parquet floor and matched 125-year-old parquet floor.
That's amazing. Wow.
The wallpaper in the redo in this lower picture here and the upper one is all hand painted. Victorian wallpaper from San Francisco. That company did not make it through the bad economy. The original owners were the Whitneys, and then the Holmes family, which was Judge Holmes, came in and bought this home. He turned it into the very first detention home, which was very cool. Up in the attic of this place, he brought in bunk beds for the boys, and in the girls' rooms downstairs, would say, girls, move over, I'm bringing home a kid from jail that does not need to go, from the court that does not need to go to jail, needs attention. And that's where attention home started, was in this home. But this was, June Holmes decided she wanted a ballroom in the 60s to have balls. So that room with the bank doors, as you can see, was a ballroom. You had to go outside the house to get to it. Now I've knocked through a few walls, and you enter it from the main part of the house. And the bank doors are still there, and there's a bank teller window that is also still there in the hall. Here's the original, well, when they bought it, the living room that is now, we're just now redoing that living room again. This is what I took from their previous home and put in there, and now we're doing it in all new colors. This was, I walked upstairs in this house and said, bust through that wall. And they said, why? I said, bust through. There's light, let that in. Open up this space. And we busted through, and that room is now the husband's home office, which was the master bedroom door there. He's moved closer to the other area. And it's turned into a great space off the master bedroom.
Well, you should use those two pictures. That's amazing. That's absolutely
And people think interior designers, we see the vision of interior space. It's not just the fluff. Knocking through that wall made a huge impact on that space.
Absolutely, it's gorgeous.
Do you have to be dyslexic to see it that way?
I actually think that is a gift of my dyslexia, is that I can see the whole picture. This is a back staircase that was the servants' quarters staircase in the original home.
It's gorgeous.
And so we took it all down, and this goes up to where the attention home, big, huge attic was. And the wallpaper, when we took that off, the plaster just came pouring off the wall, and there were about 6 layers of wallpaper.
Structural wallpaper.
The master bedroom, this was the, right here, the original part here of the master bedroom, and that went into a closet on that door, and that was the wallpaper, and here, right here, is where that area is that is now the home office, and that's how you come into the master bedroom. And it's turned into a home that is really functional for this family, except for one area, which I'll get to in just a moment. And then that is what is now the master bath, was a closet that had the clothes hanging on a gas line.
Nice.
Gas line. This house is truly ready to go poof. It's a miracle it didn't. That vanity sink in the top, I reused down here in the bottom in that son's bathroom. This was the kitchen before, kitchen after, and we just last weekend, the clients were in the Cayman Islands for 10 days, and we just repainted those cabinets again after we did the original redo back in 2006. And this is my latest journey. Tonight I go up against the entire landmark board of the city of Boulder, and that is not something I'm looking forward to. I've already gone up to the partial boards from here Wednesday. That was an original carriage house with the servants' quarters on top that had a horse and buggy. There is right now crammed in there so tightly on the sides, they had to have 3 people to get the Ferrari in the doors of the garage, which are right here on the bottom, the original ones. Those doors, the city does not want us to change. They want us to keep it the same. We don't care if you have a functional garage. We care about this property is their comment. And I said, this homeowner cares about this property, but needs a little function. This house is not this carriage house is not functional for garage. And this is what, on the side of this right here, the city of Boulder wants us to build an independent garage. And that's think that would be better than changing a landmarked property. I mean, that's going to ruin the side of that house. And also change something that they really don't need to add another structure. This other structure can be enlarged and made to work if they would just take the word landmark off of it. And just showing a few other things in my work. This is just showing a little bit more contemporary work. I don't necessarily just do historic properties. This was a client, this kitchen went 1.5 inches from that window to that wall being off. This is a home I did last year during the flood. We finished it right in the middle of the flood. And it did not have flood damage, it just was bad structure. This is another house over here on the top that I did also during the flood. We were under construction on both those. A contemporary condo, 300 Arapaho. And this is a house I went to San Clemente and did a 1.5 years ago that overlooks the ocean. And this is just a real quick Band-Aid to show you. The picture doesn't show great, but this client said, I need 10 more years here, and I'm not going to go spend the money to fix this house up and redo this whole kitchen. So I said, okay, I'm going to Band-Aid on it. What I did, which the picture's not showing right, it's probably because of the lighting, We have a black crown molding, a black island. The hardware hadn't been replaced from this picture. We have black hardware. And so the whole thing has a freshened up look. These people are 70 years old. They want to live here till they're 80, and somebody else can come in and rip it out. I don't care. I just need a 10-year Band-Aid. And that's what I call a Band-Aid. And these are a few of the awards that I've gotten over the years. And, you know, I personally hate to apply for these things. They take a lot of time. And so I don't. I wait for someone offers it to me, I take it. ASID, they did ask me to apply for the historic one. I did get that. And the city historic, I couldn't believe it, gave us an award, which shocked me that they would, but I liked this house, and it was for this historic house. And so I'm trying to say, hey, we care, we're not gonna screw it up, we're gonna make it beautiful. Let us change this carriage house. And make your dreams a reality. Call Details Design Studio.
Good, that's fine.
Great.